Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm not sure if anybody's watching yet. They've got loads online, so we're actually streaming this across Elite Koi's YouTube, Elite Koi's Facebook, and we're streaming it across KoiQuestion YouTube. So welcome to anybody who's joining us from the KoiQuestion thing. We always like to have lots of questions, so chuck them in the comments box. I'm going to put the comments on so that everybody can see. I often think with that question box, if somebody's a bit shy to ask a question, but everybody benefits from the answer. So it's an ideal way of doing it. Huge thanks to Tiebo and Joe, of course, for coming over today to help us, really.
Pleasure every time.
Yeah. We've got the awards for Grand Champion and also the KoiQuestion Award, which I do believe
we have managed to pick a winner.
Yes,
we did.
So we'll get into it. Has anybody got any questions, any observations or anything while we're here? Anybody at home, fire them in. We're watching. How do you want to play this?
So basically today we're announcing the winner, of course.
Yeah.
So that was the main thing of your photo contest all throughout the year. And basically we are, you have, of course, the several contestants. So maybe you can look at a few contestants before we got to the winner. Maybe we start with
so
the runner-up or straight away pronounce the...
Would you like to do the KoiQuestion or the Grand Champion?
Grand Champion.
Grand Champion first. So, okay, so what Dec's done is he's screenshotted the campaign that we run, and I think he's going to flash that up on the screen now. So there we go. So there's all the results in from the campaign. You can see there's one clear winner. But I think the second place Koi is definitely worth a mention. And Dec's in the background. We're totally and completely unprepared for this, aren't we? We're just making this up as we go along.
Start up with the runner-up, maybe.
Let's start up with the runner-up.
Keep up the tension for the winner, but
So this Koi, of course, anybody who no, we can't. Tracy's just asking if we could put it up on the screen behind us.
You can explain about that. That's a new item coming to Elite Koi, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's like we just tried to install it this morning. Have a screen put up at the shop in which you are able actually to display everything you want, like the latest news from our KoiQuestion website, the latest news from Elite Koi, of course, but also your local weather report, maybe of interest to koi keepers, of course, and some tips maybe for people that buy koi and bring them in home. So very informative and inspiring. Yeah,
so this is kind of like the way that we set this room up is like we wanted to do microscope courses, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I know you've been running them with KoiQuestion, but it's something that I wanted to offer the Elite Koi community. And I said to Tiebo earlier, with this screen up at the back there, we can come in there in a tea time and evening, get ourselves settled, and we can go through a course. We can actually get the microscopes out on the table, come along and we can run that course actually as though you was here with us.
Yeah.
Which is quite something. What's the most important thing when choosing a microscope?
I think when the microscope, it's important first that you learn to understand how to work with a microscope. Because before buying a microscope, I would first advise people to do a little workshop about how to work with a microscope. And furthermore, you also have to, because in this course you learn how to look for a microscope that fits your needs.
Yeah, exactly.
So of course you would always need to look at the enlargements that it does. Is it fit for your koi hobby?
Yeah. In our experience, what we find is people usually base the microscope on cost. So you always start with a single eyepiece, but that can give you a headache if you're looking. You've got to be comfortable when using the microscope. I was trying to set you up there to say what's the most important thing on the microscope. Can you remember? No. Remember what you said?
No, I don't.
The one that you liked, I like this one because it's got the most important thing to look for on the microscope. It's got big knobs.
Yeah.
So that's me just trying to set it.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, but this is the magic of what KoiQuestion do. They put the information across in a way that we understand.
Yeah.
Which is really, really useful.
With the joke about behind it is, of course, if you have these tiny little knobs. Like if you want to turn them, then it's very hard to to bring up the details. When you have large knobs, you can easily and slowly bring things in the background, bring to the foreground, and see your parasites coming up. So yeah. So but this is the way, and humor and things is a way that knowledge really starts to reside in the back of your head, and you can call it again.
But yeah, we're finally there, aren't we? I think we're nearly there. Going to have a good week this week in terms of introducing Tiebo to all of the UK, not just Elite Koi. We've got to get KoiQuestion. We've got to bring, I guess, the European hobby and the UK hobby together, because when you're looking at showing koi, you can, if you've got koi in Holland, you can show them across every country. Italy, the borders don't really matter in terms of the koi.
No. Now, basically, what we've done in the last half past year is put a beta test on KoiQuestion, delivering our content into up to 9 different languages in Europe and Asia, being able, because it's always been a dream to be able to share our knowledge at least to people all around the world, to 80% of people around the world in their native language. So we think it doesn't matter in which country you reside to be able to share knowledge about koi. We want to share the knowledge, but also the passion, the information, and I think we're almost about to be ready to do that. And we visit like the All England Koi Show in the last past years. We've done the photography at the koi shows. We're looking forward to maybe even do other koi shows like the Great British Koi Show.
Paul Mack's coming to see us tomorrow, so we're going to get involved in that as well. So of course we want to be, Elite Koi wants to be a part of everything that's going on. In terms of certainly in the UK hobby, I think in many ways we try and lead by example there at Elite Koi. So that it's like the photo show. You know, the idea, it was actually Michael's idea to start doing a photo show, and then I jumped on the idea pretty quick, and I thought this is fantastic because. How
long have you been doing it now?
Oh, it must be 3. Is it 3 years now?
Must be about 3.
About 3 years, but for me, it's not so much about the photo show. It's about instilling confidence in people to handle koi, because then when they've got a problem, I know that I'm halfway there. If you know to put a koi in the bowl, certainly if you're in Hull and you're in desperate need, you know, and I can't get over there, I know that we can over the phone, over the video, that we can help out. So
well, it's actually a means to an end. By doing these photo contests, people learn how to look at fish, because it also all of a sudden becomes a little bit more important. Competition always drives knowledge. I mean, you want to learn where to look for because you want to win the competition, of course. So in a healthy manner, you learn this, and also how to deal with and handle your koi. It is a photo show, so you have to make a photo. And so for the ones and contestants has always participated, and when I judge, I'm always quite keen on taking the good picture, of course, because in the end, it is a photo show. But you have to have a bowl, a koi sock, a koi net to properly handle them, and these are the real basics for a koi hobbyist to keep their koi, because it's not only needed for a koi show. Once you got some diseases, or you want to scrape your koi for a microscope, you need to learn how to catch them. You need to know how to handle them with care, and how to and what to look for to see not only what's good on a koi, but also when you learn to look what's good on a koi, what in good health and good shape, and then you also learn to recognize all the things that are off, and we can wait until something is wrong and fish like jump through our ponds like it's a circus, but but then it's already a problem for the fish. We could also learn to look at the small things, so we be able to recognize problems or actually
potential issues
before they become real big problems.
Prevent
And
that.
this is why, if ever you call me, that's why I encourage people to ring me here, because what you'll find is it's like a 15-to-1. I'm asking you a series of questions in terms of, obviously we'll deal with the issue that you're facing at the time, but I'm trying to go back to find out what the root cause is of the issue. So sometimes it might seem like an interrogation, but it's pretty simple. You ask people for the water parameters. This is the basic part of keeping koi. that everybody should really know in terms of keeping the koi healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
We're,
So-
we're waffling on again.
I'm ready to look at some koi now. So maybe we can put up the runner-up first, as we said. Deck, is that
Yeah.
possible?
So there we go. So you guys can't see that. I'll flip this round because this is so.
People in the room happy, maybe.
So I'll have to flick it back. Now, obviously, I flicked it round because whose fish is that? That's Ben's.
We were just talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah, so really interesting story with this fish, and it didn't start off like that at all. Paul Mack, actually, it was a summer photo show last year. Paul Mack, he said to me, he said, you've got an Akabeko in there. It's quite a rare fish. And was like,
Can we have the certificate?
Yeah.
Actually, because the owner came in today, he brought with him the certificate that he that when they bought it last year, and as you can see, it is just look at the difference in pigmentation. It really is like an Akabeko. I don't know whether the coloration is coming through really good, but it's very interesting because
it's really, I would not have expected what you presented in the spring photo show to be from that fish, but I mean, it's happened.
did you expect it?
No, not at all. I was actually expecting it to probably go darker, more of a darker red.
Yeah.
So when it started lighting up, I was really surprised with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the owner basically is telling us that he did not expect his koi to develop in the way it did. He thought it would go darker instead of lighter, but it turned out to have this very vibrant, nice type kind of soft yellow skin to it. And this picture is actually made in the spring. And this morning we saw a picture. I don't think we have that on there in the back.
Did you
Dex,
send it
do we?
to? I think Deck's in the background. So Deck, is there any chance you could flick one of them up from the pink image that was taken this one? I've only ever seen 3 of them koi, and one was this one.
Yeah,
The
keep
second
that
one was at the Old Japan Koi Show, and the third one is in the Christmas Eve auction.
All right.
But and it looks pretty much like a twin, doesn't it,
Yeah.
to this one?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Key Beckett again. It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said to you guys, it's now like 38 cm, somewhere like in that range. As a Nisai, it's very nice size for a Quebeco. It's from Mara Hero, so everything we know from Mara Hero is that it breeds a lot of varieties, but no matter what variety, it always will grow. The body conformation is great, even more so if you see the fish how it is now. So I expect it for them, if the circumstances are right, to be able to grow it until 50 cm by the end of next season. Maybe that's quite some size to put on, but I think it has all the potential to do it. And then I think if you manage to have the quality right, you would have a good chance in winning it, participating in koi shows.
Yeah. This is the great thing, of course, about the photo shows is
Yeah.
we all get to go on that journey with you. So
Yeah.
hopefully you put that
So
in again.
we got it turned up now, like it's now. You can see the widthness in the shoulder really increase.
Yeah, I'll just flip this round so that the guys can see it. So that was the fish this morning.
Yeah.
Taken this morning.
The picture is as fresh as this morning, right?
Yeah.
So
Would you say it's gone a little bit more lemony in colour?
I think it has. Yeah, it's definitely changed again from the autumn.
Yeah.
I think it's gone. Yeah, it's slightly lighter, but
Yeah, it's just a bit more of a lemon sorbet colour.
yeah.
The sumi's definitely thickened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful fish. I can't wait to show Paul that one as well because, like I say, Paul was the first one that pointed out that Akabeko back at last summer. And of course, all this happened, I think that was June. It was June. No, it was July.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's July.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. Because I just looked at it because I like the shape of it, but I also like the colour, and that there wasn't too much black on there.
Yeah.
It was more like stepping stones almost on it.
So do you wish it had stayed red or you're happy it went yellow?
I was happy with it either colour.
It's a bit
I
like,
am actually probably now happy that it's gone yellow because it's been a complete transformation from that picture And
It's
it
a
was-
surprise. It's the
yeah.
excitement as well.
Yeah, unexpected
and
to see
the
that.
more important thing than whether it's red or yellow is the way that it's the yellow is so equal, and that's more important. If it's red, it didn't matter as long as the color is as consistent as it is on the fish, and that makes the beauty in this. Because people, the thing about Becco and fish like this is it's hard to get the black as clean as it is on the fish, especially on the yellow pigmentation. That's why Kiyutsuri can be as beautiful as Hiyutsuri, but on Kiyutsuri it is so difficult to get the sumi clean. There you have a lot of shimmy around the regular patterns, and it just kind of smudges the koi a little bit, and it makes it a more experience less exquisite. So with this, the koi also depicts less is more. And one other more very important thing is the sumi patch on the shoulder, which is for Sanke and Becco, is the most important place to depict the sumi on the wide shoulder. You can see as it now grows wider in the shoulder, how important it is that there's sumi on that spot. And also the sumi in the tail section gives balance to the whole thing. So in terms of pattern wise, it is actually a very, very nice and clean Becco. But because it has so little sumi patches, the fact that it's clean works out. But then that's when it really gets important that the color of the yellow is so consistent. And then but the type of yellow is it's unless everything you ever see, I mean,
Quite unusual, isn't it?
It's very unusual to see it so soft and smooth, and like there's nice luster on it. And I already showed to you on the certificate when it was Tosai, you could see the luster on the back of the head, just where the gills start, and on the dorsal fin and in the tail section. And that's where, when you only judge from the picture, you could maybe judge it as, hey, there's a light in there. The red is not consistent, but it's not. It's luster. If you see the video in real life, you would see the koi in real life. You would see its luster, and that's the hard thing also to judge a koi only from a picture.
Would there be any potential in your opinion that could change color again?
That's a good question.
Are they reverting back to that, or because it's getting lighter?
Yeah.
So into just a standard box standard Becco.
Well, for that answer for that question to answer clearly, you need some extra information, which this morning I got to talk to them a little bit, and they said, I asked them about the KH of the water hardness. They said it's about 4 or 5. And I asked you, what's the normal hardness over here? It's like 7, 8, 9, maybe
7 to 10ish.
Yeah. So their pond water is very soft, and I don't know whether that's because it's from a spring or the tap water has just that value. Yeah. So it's more soft than we regularly know. So that, I think, makes the pigmentation the way it is.
Just a little bit,
If harder water could get more dark, could be less soft, but I don't think it will ever turn red again. No, it's red and yellow. They come from two types of cells, like exanthiophores, and
I just wondered because it seems to have gone from one extreme to another.
And it's happened over such a short period of time as well. It shows what's possible.
And that's why Tosai are such an experience, but also a risk. It can go either both ways. If you work with Nisai, you have so much more certainty about how much a koi will turn out to be. But of course, Nisai will be more expensive. Nisai you can have lesser koi on transport if you buy them from Japan, and so there are many factors to weigh in if you buy Tosai. But the real experience and the real dream is, of course, to buy Tosai and grow it big. And that's why one thing you have to learn what to look in for a koi, and the other thing is, hey, if, like you said, if a koi really appeals to you, and you have a saying about that too, right? I mean,
if you're choosing koi, then really you need to, the first fish that catches your eye twice, Well, the first fish that you notice twice, that is appearing to your eye.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes, you know, you don't want to get too technical with it. It's about presence as well, and that fish speaking to you.
Yeah. For sure.
Which, you know,
it's a really good combination between aesthetics and what you like, and of course the knowledge you have to like what's going to be in the future.
Yeah. So fantastic fish. I do believe that you're going to be doing. I'll just need to plug an auction. There is another one coming up in the Christmas Eve auction. If you fancy a key back out, auctions are back on next week for any of the guys and girls that are watching this week. I do believe you're going to do a study, if you like, or a thing on that koi in your magazine. If we give you all the images as it's gone through.
For this one and all the and the other. There was a Tancho Showa, one in the summer.
Yeah.
The one because this one was a runner-up for the entire photo contest, but it also got the KoiQuestion award in the spring.
Yeah.
And we had a Tancho Showa that won the KoiQuestion award in the summer edition.
Should we just mention that Tancho Showa quick?
If we have it up there, then why not?
So Tancho Showa, when was that entered? That was entered in the summer photo show. So that did it come first? It did, didn't it?
No, I did. I chose. I was one of the judges. I chose this one as the winner of the Go Sanka group, but it was another fish that actually won the Go Sanka group in this summer.
So this contest. Is obviously you saw me look up at Craig there, Tancho Showa from Marahiro, and this one you was with us when we hadn't picked this one, weren't you? What a fish! What an absolute lump of a fish! Well worthy of a mention, if nothing else. But we're coming along. I'm going to bring Tiebo along this week, and we'll get an update of that fish for the KoiQuestion magazine.
Same. Also with this koi, I'm very curious about how the sumi will develop on this fish, because you don't see too much sumi on it. But it's a Showa. Its sumi is on you can see by the pectoral fins, and of course it's in the face and the head as well. Which were in Sanka, we see Tejima instead of Motoguru, so stripes in the fins instead of like these round shaped sumi, and a Sanka would ideally not have sumi on the face. Sometimes they have it on the head a little bit, which is technically a mistake, but if everything is correct, Japanese judges will always look at the positive things first and not at the negative. But for people to want to judge whether it's the difference between a Sanka and a Showa, those are two very important elements to look at.
Just before we go on as well, I thought a real interesting way that Paul judged the last photo show was he went through, he laid them all out, didn't he, in the categories. He picked his first and second, and then he let these guys pick the third one, which I thought was, what did you think to that? Is that
brilliant?
Yeah, something that we move forward.
It gives us a bit more knowledge on, like what to look for, things that.
It's not only about who wins the prize, but also why. So I don't know whether it's not very common to do in England, I guess. But for example, the show that I'm helping to organize in the Netherlands next year, we have the judges after they're finished judging, they will be walking around for everyone to answer the questions about what they think about their fish and stuff like that. Because it was a funny thing because we wanted to, because it's not the biggest show, we would like, and we have to both bench and judge them in the same day. We wanted people, hey, let's bring one fish per size and variety and not many sizes. But then again, people want to enter that are beginner or first time show contestants, and they really want to bring in like 4 fish of the same variety and size just to learn from them from judges like this, and they're saying that's actually brilliant and we should like really support that. So we changed the rule out of the regulations, and now people can bring the fish in just to talk over the vats with judges to learn about why this koi wins and why that koi didn't win or just didn't win yet. Those things.
Well, good things are coming in, loads of blessings at the minute. And do you know what happened this morning? We found a designated driver for the koi show next year, so we'll be going out with Steve.
Yeah.
Well,
That we can.
Sorry, Kev.
then we got your driver, we got your
Yeah.
builder, we got your baker, we got
Yeah, yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
everything we need.
So that
Maybe
being on,
get some cakes.
Yeah, we got to show the cakes.
oh yeah,
We bring in the
Yeah,
cakes.
yeah.
Be careful.
So
Yeah.
what? Of course, Kevin last time did a cake for the Macmillan raffle, didn't you?
Yeah.
Just need to tip that just a bit. I tell you what, if I tip that down. There you go. 36 cupcakes.
Make that 30.
How many visitors? Yeah, mate,
Are they meant for a specific time, or
yeah, I put down. Go try it. That's a lemon one. I do. Come down, have a cupcake.
I could die live on air, you know?
The best thing about the cupcakes, of course, was we discovered that we've got a master base
To make it-
in the community. So yeah.
It's edible as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Cool.
So
That's lemon, that one.
right, we better move on to the winner. If you want to flash up the
A winner. I'm already celebrating, but
everyone's a winner. So of course we've slightly changed the trophy this year. Instead we've got a gorgeous piece of glass
very good.
there, and we're going to have the plaque made. We're going to have the plaque made to go on that wooden piece at the bottom, and the grand champion is.
Yeah, so this fish actually won when I just showed the Hanshu Showa.
Yeah.
That what came in second because this fish won
This fish one.
that edition.
And-
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn that round. Does anybody want to hazard a guess at what variety that is?
I know, so it'd be unfair.
Come on, Ruth. What do you think, guys? Shower? Come on, Ruth.
It doesn't. It looks to me like a shower.
That's what you
first say when you're a
shower.
Does it have scales or doesn't?
Would it be? Not a Benny
No.
cake or?
It hasn't. It's Deutsch.
Deutsch.
It's Deutsch. So
So that's the first thing.
there's the first hint. Now this actually came from Kawakami. There's your second hint. And Craig knows I'm looking at Craig. This was actually picked by Michael in Japan, and it was Benny Kumunru. And it's like he picked some excellent fish while he was in Japan. That was between the two. What a choice to have to make between the Key Becco and that Deutsche Show. Well, there is the fish. It was actually entered under Leanne's name. So swing that round.
Like this.
Hold on, that's just going to move it.
And it
And there
was
we go.
voted by the general.
Yeah, this was voted by you guys, of course, as well. Don't forget the Grand Champion event it's what you see in the fish and all the rest of it. And you can see if you flick the numbers up again, that was pretty unanimous in terms of winner there. Took the vote by
Your
by a
finger's on
big
the
show.
face.
Oh, sorry.
No,
So-
great. So congratulations, Mike,
congrats.
and for selecting it, and Liana for keeping this koi. And
And hopefully we'll see them back
Interesting, yeah.
again next year. So we'll get that in the post to you.
It's nice with the blue.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Very nice award. Heavy though, heavy.
If I got a post that, it's going to cost me a few quid if it's heavy.
Yeah.
I might have to relate it back. But yeah, well done. Well done.
Well done. This koi is because it's. I think it's only a logical thing for people to say. It's hard to tell whether it's like a Deutsche Showa or it's a Deutsch or it's Benny Kumenryu.
The telltale for me here is this patchy sumi just on the side. It almost starts like a freckle. So when a flecking of sumi. So sometimes when you look at these fish, remember they look like Deutsche Kahaku, and then you just see a slight peppering start of sumi, usually on the white skin, and then it absolutely powers through. Sometimes it powers through too much where you end up with a blackfish. We once had a marbles event where we sold all the Kumunrus, and this was about 3 years ago, and they darkened up quite substantially.
Yeah.
But of course, with a Kumun or Kumun Ryu or Kumun Ryu, they can go both ways as well. So depending on environmental factors, temperatures, how perhaps the fish is feeling at the time, it all has an impact on the colour.
Yeah, Kumun Ryu developed from a certain type of magoi into Karasugoi. Into Karasugoi means crow. It's all black. You know, people always think the magoi is all black, but there is no real black magoi. There's only the more copper-like black of a oyagoi, of a magoi. There's more like a bluish magoi, and they from there derived like the Asagi line and the Karasu line. The Asagi and Karasu line eventually along the development of, for example, Hajiro. It is like this. They like developed this koi. They saw this color mutation, and then they put the color mutations in one together, and then this form of albinism actually just was increased by crossing them again. So that's how varieties were made happen. So the white expanded on the fish to Hajiro with white fins, to Yotsushiro with a white head, and Hagashiro with a like a white spot on the hat. But Hagashiro just means bold, actually, easy to remember. And then you had like the Matsukawa Baka, which is a very difficult name.
Done on the Ben's favourites.
But the Matsukawa Baka is basically your Wagoi Kumun Ryu. So and it is that it has this name because it is bred first in the in a village that was close to a river, the Kabai's River in Japanese.
How do you pronounce the Karasugoi?
Karasugoi.
Karasugoi.
Karasu
So
means crow.
all you guys will recognise that one because I call it a Karasugoi. And of course we've had some. They've usually got a white belly, yellow belly, or orange belly. And we've had a couple that have been really contested. The Japanese believe that they're harbinger of good luck, and every pond should have one. So they're usually well in demand when they arrive at a league.
So Matsukawa Baka. Matsu is the place. Kawa is the river, and Baka means monster. So it was Matsukawa's monster. So the river from the monster from the river in Matsu, because when the people kept the fish and they would keep it in the water, then over the winter, hotter water, warmer water, then the fish would change entirely its pattern, which is the Matsukawa Baka is well known for. You know, so
keep watching because we've got a one coming up a bit later, haven't we? So
then along after the Second World War, the Shisui came up, which is derived from Doitsu. Doitsu means German. So they imported this the Japanese agricultural fisheries. Got these German koi, these koi without scales. And those were crossbred with, for example, the Matsukawa Baka, which eventually turned into the Kumun Ryu. And the Kumun Ryu has so much value and meaning because of the Matsukawa Baka's underlying meaning, as I explained, with the black and white fighting together, really resonates with a Japanese legend of a dragon of a koi that swam up the Dragon Gate Falls in China, and there was a black dragon on top of the waterfalls holding both China and Japan under its wrath. And one koi managed to against the current climb the waterfall and managed to the top. It changed from a koi into a dragon and into a white dragon, which fought with the black dragon. And that is what is depicted in Kumun Ryu, the fight between good and evil, between the white dragon and the black dragon. And it eventually, the white dragon won, and it freed both China and Japan. And that's why it has so much symbolic value to a story. And I think these stories, for me, really make up for
it makes the
for
magic
the beauty
of
and action.
and the magic of fun. So.
But it is coming back to judging the koi. It is very hard to see the difference between a Benny common ryu and a Deutsche Showa, for example. Same with a normal common ryu, and the Deutsche Shiro Tsuri, for example. So don't feel dumb or anything else if you can't see the difference, because in most of the times you cannot even see the difference if you don't know the breeder or the oyaboi. Yeah. So
I think we definitely, I'd say that one back next year.
But it is
Definitely see how it's changed and how it's developed. So.
Yeah, but it's the type of Sunni along the lateral line so that most times gives it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations again.
Yeah.
Very
Well
nice
done.
koi with a very nice story.
So, is there any fish at the 12? Obviously, all 12 fish was cracking, and congratulations to first and second. Is there any you would have picked different, or you would have picked Tiebo different?
For me, I mean, I see the beauty in any koi.
Yeah,
You know, it's kind of like, it's really tough for me, and that's why I leave the judging to like Tiebo and Paul Mac and even you guys, because I'd take myself to bits wondering which one's fit. I've got to say, I think Ben's is really, really special, and I thought that would walk it until Michael came along with the Come, and that just lit social media up. But it's good when you look at a fish like that. It's pretty amazing. I think, I mean, just flash the results up again, please, Dave. Every fish got at least one vote.
Rebecca, because it's less of a pattern, majority of people go for the pattern. I know it's not what you say to look at the body shape, but a lot of people go for a pattern rather than a.
Yeah, it's a combination really between, of course, what people's preferences, and that's why I think, okay, you did the judgment over the year, and you chose with a group of judges who know something about koi and are longer in the hobby, like so they look at it not only with personal taste but also to like a certain standard, but after that, listing them all and giving it to the public to choose is for me it's golden. I think. I
think everybody who entered is a winner. You know, just the sheer fact that you've taken the time to get engaged in what we do is.
And eventually, it's also the quality of the photo that
exactly.
because it's more easy to look at it. You know.
Yeah.
Both quality and composition of the koi, the better it shows, the better the quality shows, the easier it is to catch the people's eye, of course. Yeah.
We was watching some fish on YouTube last night that you harvested in 2010, just before the earthquake.
I haven't seen the videos in like 10 years, and it's like
we'll get the link shared out to you because the involvement of like harvest and
and the story was like because our YouTube channel got hacked at a certain point. It was 2 years ago, I think, and then in order for us to get it back, it took us a year to get it back from YouTube, and then of course all our video listings and stuff were down. They were still there, but not even published anymore, which I was so grateful for, because those are videos on my first trip to Japan that I did some harvest at Yagenji and Danichi, and I don't have it on hard disk anymore. So the only place where it was YouTube. So I was so grateful that it was back. So we had to republish it all. So
I think
we have to get it and share things newly, but to see those
competition there, I think we should do a clip of it, and everybody who's there, we could have spot the Tiebo. Because
I don't think many will.
No, I don't think they will. Yeah.
I think just going back to what you said about when you let us personally judge the koi, when we were speaking to Paul, for me as a real novice, it was more about the scalation, the fins, the head, the body shape. He gave us pointers as to what to look for. So when you are choosing that fish that you want to buy, or you see one in your auctions like we have to do at the weekend, it gave me more of an insight as to go, oh, well, that body shape, this and that. So it was really good.
I'll give you an example of dropping a fish in the bowl in the auction that we did. It must have been about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And me and Dec did it. We found a tancho, and we dropped it in. It wasn't the best tancho spot, but the body on the fish. I didn't have to sell that fish. As soon as it went in the bowl, it was undeniable that fish had an absolute perfect body. Sometimes you've got to trust your judgment.
Yeah, but it's a great thing for her to say, and we already said is the combination in between what catches your eye and the quality. So my advice would be, if you select the koi, if you walk around, you have some koi that catch your eye, put them
Put the ball
together
in
in a bowl, because you can only judge a fish once you compare a fish.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like Kev's fish that he bought at the last. That was just photo shoot. The fish that just she just picked you. Definitely, it was like I'm going home.
Yeah. Sometimes the fish picks you, right?
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
but don't get blinded by it. You know, if you have 2 or 3 fish that really catch your eye, put them in a bowl. Ask the dealer for.
Yeah, we did.
I thought both of them.
Yeah, that's the risk of it. That's the risk. Maybe you end
That's
up
what
buying
we'll do,
all
so
of
we
them.
Put the ball in the bowl.
Yeah.
But once you've got them in the bowl, don't be afraid to kind of like to get rid of the ones that you don't want, and then you're narrowing your choice down. And you know, I would even go as far as to say that if you've got 2 fish in the bowl in your turn, do a hand, paper, scissors. You know, like Ariane did with that dealer when they both wanted the same fish in Japan. Or flick a coin, because sometimes you can beat yourself up with your choice, or do what Kevin did and buy them both.
Yeah.
Then everybody's happy.
Yeah.
This is 2 occasions now. This is
The dealer, the customer.
He's padlocked his wallet in the car today. That's you say.
Yeah.
So, Joe, congratulations from Greeley. I think Joe's in the back room. It's a funny thing with I was speaking to Joe last night, when I worked on the ferries for 8 or 9 years. When we tied up in Yorport, we used to go drinking in Greeley. I might have to go and revisit him, I think. Brian Sparks, well done everyone who had an entry in all of the shows this year. I think that goes without saying.
Yeah. Shall we bring up the KoiQuestion award?
Yeah, I think so. So this one.
So we won. We already talked about the two winners of a KoiQuestion award.
We'll just let that get it up.
And
Hi, Edward.
it's this fish, which I was, of course, during the latest photo contest, I was in Japan.
Yes.
I was ready to judge the fish, but something went wrong with to make them visible and stuff.
Yeah, my technical knowledge kind of just disappeared and abandoned me.
So then I took my time.
Plus, it was a good excuse to get you over here for a week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then he created this lovely award with even our logo on it from KoiQuestion. So now I was like, okay, now I have to get over there and give the award myself. So we chose this lovely koi, this very unique and high quality koi and high quality photo, we must say. So
I can actually pass it round, so you can have a look at it.
Yeah, it's a very amazing fish.
What was your parameters for choosing that fish?
A great photo, because normally when I judge the fish, I don't know what the other prices will be, so I do it independently on that. Now I knew already which fish won a prize, so I chose a fish around that. But this really actually together with was it the Goshki?
It was a Sankey.
Together with a Sankey, this one stood out, and I thought this was. And then I saw because it's this is, as we talked about, like a common ryu, right? So, but this.
Can we put the image up before? Shall we put the image up before?
Yeah.
Can find it.
No, it is there. Yeah. So we have, but what really put this Kumari out there is not only the quality of the pattern and of the white, as well as the sumi. It is also like it is a Ginrin Kumanryu. If you watch closely, you can see a very high quality Ginrin lying into the few Deutsche scales that are there. And the Deutsche scalation is actually very nice, like a zipper on the Shisui, right?
Yeah.
So the quality overall is very nice. It has very nice and symmetrical Motoguru in the pectoral finch, which give it a nice balance. And as I said, you just heard me talk about the fight between dark and light, between black and white, and I think this koi depicts it perfectly. Symbolize it really, and it is a koi really standing out. I mean, in quality, in the terms of the picture, and with the story behind it. Well, it could be all different next year because this was the fish.
So this was the fish that's when I selected it in Japan back in 2024. And a few of you have got these. You'll know them better as in the UK as black diamonds.
Yeah.
It's what we call black diamonds.
This is crazy, right?
And that,
Yeah.
this is where I know
That
Craig's
series
got one.
really
It was nearly all white, wasn't it? But it was the biggest fish in the pond
Amazing.
when you took it.
Yeah,
And you cannot predict this. This is something you cannot predict.
yeah.
So with Kumanryu is like what we talked about yesterday. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Mama says that's like a
or,
box.
or the cakes for that matter. What's the lemon and what's the
So is that down to the fish itself, or is that down, or partly the way that it's being kept and fed and reared that's created
Yeah.
that?
well the question is it just the fish and is it nature or nurture? That's basically what you're asking.
Yeah, it's natural,
So-
yeah.
As fortunately of the Quebec, we had the owners here. We could ask, well, hey, what's the water parameters and stuff like that, so we can fill in some more information. We don't know about what it is that this fish. Of course, I think like KH is high. It will the hardness level of the water. GH is high. Then the sumi will develop more easily.
It's a local fish.
In Japan, where the water is softer, it stays more down. So I think that's one of the reasons, but also it has to be in the genetics.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah,
it
yeah,
being
yeah.
in the genetics, it will not come out, of course.
Yeah.
Now for me, I selected a bowl of them in 2024. A few of them got them.
Yeah.
You've got one. You've got one. And in 2025, we had to go back and get some more of these fish because
Which one was them, Chris?
this was Takatatsu
Yeah.
fish. I
Yeah.
do have two others. I'll put the sales pitch in over there. There's two.
Takatatsu is just it's nice to mention because it's such a small breeder. It's just alongside the road. You can just they always have these vets alongside the road with some fish in it. They have some aquariums outside with some of the tamasaba or
when I went, there
fish.
was just big snowdrifts at the side, and I went outside and there was a sheer fall down my cliff edge. And the fish house,
very steep.
the fish house is actually built over the cliff,
Mhm.
and it's twisted.
Yeah.
So when you go onto them small beams and you walk in, right, it's so disorientating because you're like the waters are,
Yeah.
But it's a small. You put your trust in the breeder. You know, I like the guy. He's a nice guy, and he said he spoke like a chimney, didn't he? When you went to karaoke with him.
Yeah.
But he's just a nice guy. I can't do enough for you. And, you know, you're only going in there to get like a box of fish off him or whatever, but he makes you so welcome.
So it's like
Being here then, Chris. A bit like being here then.
Yeah.
No, here you come in for one fish and you end up leaving with a box.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
all welcome.
Yeah.
it's a constant change, or does it settle when they get to a certain age?
It settles at a certain age. Yeah. Then
So next year it could be white again.
Yeah.
Just
could
change.
happen. Most what happens is like it's also due to the temperature, because most of the time when the temperature goes down, sumi comes up, temperature goes up, sumi will reside a little bit, but it's all in combination with the hardness of the water and maybe some even other parameters we don't exactly know, like so
But even in that environment, it will change.
yeah
Because it's coming.
I go
Mark-
further. I think there's the fish as well. I think they're displaying the way that they're feeling.
Mhm.
And the proof of that is pond 8 when I put all them fish in there,
Yeah.
and we haven't done anything, but they just look so happy and they're
Like-
growing.
Like in Europe, Yoshiki Goi is like a breeder in Poland. He's a Dutchman breeding in Poland, and he bred some Kumanryu as well. And because they are bred already in the harder water, it was more stable through the future. So I think it is a factoring in that when you breed them in Japan in softer water, that you have this risk. So I wouldn't, when selecting young Kumanryu, I wouldn't look really at the sumi. I would look at the white. Yeah. So you want to have it like this creamy white, very bright. You want it to be as bright as possible. So you want the white to be really strong and to be standing out when it ages, because the better the black will be black no matter what. But the beauty of the fish will come from the contrast between the quality of the white and the quality of the black. So
The head on it, will that go whiter It looks a bit creamy colour. The head.
When you bring up the original image, I don't know if Dex still got it.
The head was clean.
The head was clean. So if you see there was a little bit more sumi on the nose, which is gone on the as it's developed.
It's thick and as it ages when white.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
head looks quite cream there, so that will change to
Yeah.
white.
Yeah. That's nowadays you got enough bloodlines. Breeders really put their effort in it to create koi that, in a young age, already have a very clear head. But in most oigo, most breedings still have this like cream colored head, like until Sanzai maybe, and then it really clears in because the skin becomes thicker. So when the skin becomes thicker, it is it reflects more light. It's easier and it is harder to see through. So then the fish will become more white in the head.
So in terms of the mythology between it, who's winning there, the white or the black? I'd say it's about 50-50.
At this point, looking at the first one, the black is winning.
Yeah.
But I think it's never got ongoing fight. Yeah. But very nice, and compliments for keeping it, taking the picture, and this,
Announce whose it is.
and its quality is so. It's going to
Rob Rice.
Rob
There
Rice.
you go, Rob. You know, Rob, I've spoken to Rob about this fish, and myself as well. I'm gobsmacked that has never had an award every time that he's entered it. But it's just the right time for that fish to be entered.
If you enter this fish into a koi show, if it wouldn't win a normal award, it will definitely win some friendship award.
Yeah.
So because it is the fight you see between the pigmentation and the contrast between the qualities is just very, very high quality. But in terms of show, it has to deal with all other Doitsu koi, of course. So it has a lot of competition.
And that may not be everybody's cup of tea. That's
No.
with a fish like that.
No.
The bit Marmite guy, the more loathing.
Yeah, in these varieties like Doitsu and like one single colored fish or it's just there's so much fish entered and so much different varieties actually in Doitsu that you have to compare with. I find it amazing the judges are always able to do that because
the other thing to mention as well is the photo. That photo is absolutely bang on. And I'll ask Rob, I think that was taken using a smartphone. So it shows that you can do it with a bit of patience and time.
but there's no reflection in it.
No, he's displayed that perfectly.
Maybe had some umbrella or something on there.
There we go.
There we go. Those were the winners.
Those were the winners. So I think that's about it now. So workshop this afternoon, but we're just going to have a workshop all day, aren't we?
Yeah. As I said, we were planning to have a workshop in the afternoon, and we will definitely do that. But I was like, because of so many differences in levels and what people want to know, I want them to. I'm here all day, so let's put a bowl and grab some fish and talk about. Ask people what they want to learn and take it from there.
And there's still time for you to get down here as well. So the buffet's not till 5.
We've got enough cakes.
Got loads of cakes. So the only thing we might need tonight is some beer.
We might not be there at 5
Brilliant.
o'clock.
Good idea.
Thank you everybody who's joined us online. Remember, this will be saved on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it again. Particularly if you want to know some more of the detail, we'll leave it up on there for you to watch. Thank you everybody for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
See you next year on the
for all three.
photo contest.
Yeah.